What's going on, guys? Antonio Seymour here from Seymour Creations, and I'm back again, man. Pardon me, y'all. Pardon the hair, man. Pardon it all. I ain't had a chance to cut my hair, man. It's been a busy couple of weeks. All right, but y'all had to come back with y'all, man, for a quick video, man. I was talking to my wife, man. We always conversing and talking about business and building and the Most High, man, and how we can encourage, you know what I'm saying, one another, encourage you guys. I know we get a lot of calls from you guys saying how encouraging our channel is to you, and we really appreciate that, man, because honestly, that's really what we're trying to do. More than anything, we're trying to encourage you guys to build, trying to build you guys up, and as we build ourselves up. All right. But, in talking to my wife, man, we were talking about, um, you know, when we started this business, we always going back to that, always talking about how we, invested in how we, the drive. I think that's really what I want to talk about. The drive, the mentality, that we had and that a lot of us carry, you know what I'm saying? And the scriptures tell us, man, that as a man thinketh, so is he. So a lot of times we come into this thing thinking like, if you coming in with the mindset of, okay, I'm gonna invest this amount of money because this might not work, and this fear based thinking, you know what I mean? We got to change that, guys. You know what I'm saying? We really have to recalibrate our mind and start to understand that, the reality of the situation is if you think it's not going to work, it's not going to work. That's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth, man. If you think it's not going to work, then it's not going to work. All right? But if you truly coming into this thing with the desire, with the hunger, with the attitude saying, you know what, this gotta work. Not I don't think it's gonna work. It has to work. When we started this thing, we started with $30. I always say that, but one thing I leave out is that all we had was $30. Okay, it wasn't just that we started with $30. All we had was $30. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, okay, we can take this $30 and we can go get something to eat, or we can take this $30 and we can make this $30 work for us. And here we are. You know what I'm saying? 7 years later, I would say about 7 years later. You know what I mean? But we really been going hard into the business. I would say about uh, maybe 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Since we've been able to really invest in the business the way we wanted to, and that was from the first time. Like for the first couple of years, we was just kind of scraping by, man. Whatever we had, we flipped in. Whatever we had, we poured in. And that's the attitude that it takes. That's the drive that it takes, guys. That's what that's what I'm trying to encourage you guys to understand. Like, that's why when I talk about, come in as much as you can and really, really evaluate what you're about to do. This is not a hustle. This is a long-term situation, guys. You know what I'm saying? We've been building this business. The time that it takes to build a business, okay, it is important for you to understand that. It's important for you to calculate that. The scriptures tell us, man, that you don't start building a house without counting the cost. All right, you have to first count the cost, man, before you get into this thing. You come in uh, um, at whatever level you in. At whatever level you at. All I'm saying is that when you come in at the level that you come in at, make sure that that's the level that you have to come in at. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, we put the $30 in, that's what we had to come in with. We didn't have nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my drive pushing me. I'm going in with $30 and I'm gonna make this $30 work. You understand what I'm saying? So, if that's where you are, then do that by all means. I'm here to support you. I'm here to encourage you. I put my information out. I put my number down here so you can call me, so we can be in contact with one another. You know what I mean? And the whole deal for it, man, the whole idea behind that is so that we can grow together, so that I can give you the information that I learned, that I can show you how I did this thing. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, man, just being able, just a little bit more about where I, what I'm saying, came from with this thing, man. When we first started, we started with 30, and then a few years in, we were able to invest like the 25, I think like 2,500 or something like that. Once we got to that place, we was able to invest 2,500. That's when we really knew, when we really begin to see that, okay, wait a minute, this thing can sustain our family. All right. So then we started really, you know what I'm saying? I built a website. learn how to do that. So I started to build the website. Once we got the website up, then it's like, okay, now I got to start learning how to market. All right. So then I started learning how to market, start learning how this thing works, how this YouTube thing works, how this online thing works. You know what I'm saying? What are the different avenues that we can use, because we don't have a whole lot of marketing dollars. So how are we going to market this thing, at a cost that we can afford to maintain, so we had to learn those things. And then once we learned those things, we were able to continue to invest. And I mean, truthfully, guys, you don't really, a lot of the money that we make goes right back into the business. So we really haven't even got to the point where it's like, we are living it up, you know what I'm saying? Like where we just have the surplus just sitting around so that we can just, do whatever, you know what I mean? Right now, we still on the grind, even though we invest in larger amounts now. When we go back and we re up and we repurchase in oils, you know what I'm saying? We can go with a higher amount. We could do 1,200, 1,500, $2,000 when we buy. When we this is to support. You know what I'm saying? The business as we continuing to grow, but that's what it takes, guys. It takes the willingness. It takes the desire. This is not going to fail. I know that this is what God called me to do. I know I'm supposed to be an entrepreneur. I know that I'm supposed to have my own business. You see what I'm saying? But even when I was working, look at this. Even when I was working, the mentality that I had when I was working was just one of, okay, I need a paycheck. That's the only reason I was working. I needed a paycheck. I didn't come into the business. I didn't come into the the uh, the job thinking, okay, how can I make manager in another in 20 in a year from now. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the mentality that I came in with. And that's not the mentality that a lot of you guys have. A lot of us, you know what I'm saying? We go to work because we know that that's what we got to do to make money. Right. But when you actually go to work, do you think about becoming a manager? You know what I'm saying? Do you think about what it takes for you to be the manager? What it takes for you to get to the corporate office? You see what I'm saying? When you start looking at things like that, that's when you know you're ready. That's when you know you got the mentality to go ahead and make this thing work, because you're thinking bigger than yourself. You're thinking further along than where you are. You seeing yourself where you want to be, and you're not seeing yourself where you at. You know what I'm saying? So many times we focus on that, where we are, what we don't have. You know what I mean? But it's impossible to please God without faith, guys. And faith means we got to step out when we don't see nothing. Faith means when the bottom is out, you walk with that thing anyway. You step out on the water, even though you ain't never seen nobody else do it. You see what I'm saying? A lot of y'all are starting this business in places where you never seen nobody do this, or coming from situations where my parents, you know what I mean, they were not entrepreneur. Well, actually, my father was an entrepreneur, but my father left, so I never really got an opportunity to really see what it looked like. And a lot of us are coming from these type situations, not really being able to see, success amongst our communities. You know what I'm saying? Or success in general, not really having nobody teach us what it's like to run a business, because we in this society, unfortunately, not really taught how to run businesses. We're more taught to how to work. We're more geared towards working as opposed to building and creating entrepreneurship. You know what I mean? At least that's been my experience anyway. So what I'm trying to say, man, is that I just want you guys to reevaluate and reevaluate your thought process, reevaluate the way you're thinking. You know what I mean? Spend some time in prayer, man. Spend some time in meditation, reading your word. Getting some understanding about where you need to be going in the direction that you really want to take your life. If you want to build, what I'm saying, a business, whether it be this business or any business. You know what I'm saying? If you want to build it, you know what I mean. You have to really think about where you're gonna go with it, and not where you are. You know what I mean? It takes time to build, guys. It takes time to build. We've been like now, like I said, 3 years, 4 years really hard. You know what I'm saying? Or what I consider that anyway, because it's like we really have a foundation. You know what I'm saying? So with all of that, guys, I hope that what I'm saying is helpful. I really do. I hope I'm not rambling. I hope I'm not too far all over the place that you can't really understand or follow me. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, man. I just really hope the best for you guys. I do. You know what I mean? And myself as well. You know what I'm saying? My family. I really pray that we all will be able to move into the places that we desire to move into. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's according to God's will, of course. Um, or I should say, in alignment with God's will for our lives. So yeah, man. I think that's really all I had to say right now. But I wanted to do that video too. Oh, also, one thing I do need to add, because we've been getting a lot of this too. Um, Overseas, we have two overseas or two international packages. Those are the only packages right now that we are offering to anybody overseas. All right. If you order from me, and you're an overseas customer, I'm gonna just refund your money, because it's too much for us to ship, overseas and still give you free shipping. You know what I'm saying? But what I would like to do, if you are one of our overseas customers, one of the people overseas that are looking to actually get into this business, what I like you to do is comment or send me an inbox or something like that to let me know, what is the price ranges, in the areas that you guys live. How much can you sell the oils for in your community or in your neighborhood, in your area, so that we can develop, a package that would make sense. You know what I mean, for us and for you to be able to get started. Because I would love to be able to supply, a lot of you guys that are contacting me from overseas. You know what I mean? But right now, it's just really it's just not really beneficial, to either of us. I don't want to give you a $50 pack and then you got to pay, $50 to ship it. You understand what I'm saying? And then when you get it, you're only making a certain amount of money back, and it's really just not going to be worth the hassle. So I'd like to really collaborate with somebody over there to let me know, what the price ranges are like. What can you sell these oil for? How much can you, you know, expect to receive off of that? And then we can develop a package that we'll be able to offer you guys that would make sense for you and for us. All right. Let me see if there's anything else. Anything else? I think right now I think that'll do it. But if you guys have any other questions or anything else, leave it in the comment section below. Always feel free to call me. My number is there. Email me. You know what I'm saying? Um, mm, oh, I guess one thing I do want to mention. Another thing I do need to mention too. We've been getting a lot of orders, and you guys are asking about like the fragrance list and stuff like that, or you order and you send a list of things that you want. Um, that's cool. I don't have a problem with that either. But if you when you put your orders in, if you want to get a list, or everything that we have on our website is what's available. All right, so go through the website, look at it, see what fragrances are there, select some fragrances, and then hit me up. But if you just want to go ahead and select and then let me send you a list, I don't have a problem doing that either. Um, but yeah, we've been getting a lot of orders, and people are just putting random fragrances in the order, in the order, and then I'm having to contact you like, oh, we don't carry that particular fragrance, or so on and so forth, and it's taking more time um, from me actually getting your package together and sending it out to you. All right, so just be mindful of that, guys. And as always, man, we really appreciate you. We appreciate everything that you guys are doing. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the feedback. We appreciate all the positive comments. All right, and that's it, man. I'm out.